Okay, so question number one, Mike. Why did you become a lawyer?
That's a good question, Bill. When I was at university, I had an interest in science and technology, and I had an interest in academia. I thought about becoming a civil servant, and I thought about becoming a lawyer. And I thought I knew what being an academic was like because I was at university. I thought I'd try a civil service summer placement, so I did that for 6 weeks one summer. Very interesting. I was working in the Department of Transport, looking at the way they make decisions about when to build new road projects. But the following year, I did a summer placement at a law firm, and it was no comparison. I thought it was far more interesting, much more engaging work and colleagues and environment, and my decision was made.
Great. Question number two. What's going to be the biggest story in telecoms in 2023?
Ooh, I think we might see some large mergers as economic conditions change and appetite for investment changes and debt becomes more difficult. We may see some operators uh, look to merge, and so perhaps there'll be some large mergers. But as to which players might do that, I wouldn't want to predict.
No. What's your favourite ice cream flavour?
Salted caramel,
What was your first car?
a Vauxhall Astra.
Nice. How was the industry? Let's say how was the law? How's the legal industry changed since you first entered it?
It's changed dramatically. When I first started as a lawyer, it was very exciting to be able to make an international phone call, and I remember, making international phone calls as part of the job, thinking this is amazing. Wow, like I can just call America from my office, because it was so expensive to make voice calls. And we had to, at the time, we had to log the client number for each international phone call we made so that the clients could be charged because the firm wasn't covering it. Of course, that has changed very dramatically over my career, and I'd like to think I played a small part in that as a telecoms specialist. So the technology has changed enormously, and that's changed the nature of the work we do. We can be and are much more responsive to clients. We're available 24/7, 365 days a week. Some of my colleagues are unsure about whether that's a good thing. I think it's definitely a good thing. It means that I am more free to spend time with my family or to be away from the office, and I can still be contactable. Uh, so the nature of the client service has changed, the nature of the work we're doing, and the technology we use to deliver that has changed. So it's a dramatically different job now than it was when I started.
You can imagine. How do you use your time on a long haul flight?
I read The Economist. I will perhaps watch a movie, and if it's overnight, I won't do any of those things. I'll just try and sleep.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
What advice would you give to someone starting their career in telecoms?
Uh, I would say congratulations, you've joined the most exciting international and dynamic industry that there is. And even within that sector, I would advise you to go for submarine cables because that's the most exciting and dynamic and interesting sector, even within telecoms.
Interesting. What's your proudest professional achievement?
Ooh.
If you can pick one.
Uh, okay, let me think about that. I'm proud of the fact that I worked on and edited the Communications Law Handbook, which is not quite threatening 50 Shades of Grey at the top of the bestsellers lists. Here it is.
Still got it on the desk though.
But it's currently at about number 3 million after my mum bought another copy. But even though it was some time ago, I still feel proud of the effort that was put into that and the content. So whilst I've done some amazing, exciting international deals, that's probably my proudest achievement.
Definitely. Cheese or chocolate?
I love both.
You can't say.
Cheese. Cheese.
What needs to happen to unlock the potential of private 5G?
It's interesting you pick that. I am, to be honest, a little unconvinced by many of the use cases for 5G. But the one use case that I do think has the most potential is private 5G. And so, as to what has to happen, I think it's starting to happen. We're starting to see examples of businesses seeing the benefits of private 5G networks, especially in kind of discrete but large industrial areas, factories, ports. And the technology is already in place, the regulatory system's already in place. So I don't see any blockers other than people being persuaded that there's a value and there's a benefit. So, and I think there is. So I think we will see more private 5G networks in the medium term.
Okay. What was the last thing you bumped your head on?
My office here, you can't quite see, but I'm in the roof, and it's a very low ceiling, and so here.
Yeah, I know the type. What's been the most important development in telecoms in the past 5 years in your book?
5G has been the cause of a lot of excitement and a lot of investment, and and it has consequences in terms of many changes to the way networks are configured, the software they need, the hardware they need, the security concerns has triggered all sorts of other changes consequential on the desire to move to 5G. So I think it's certainly 5G.
Wine, whiskey, or water?
Whiskey.
What's your dream location for a conference, obviously apart from National Harbour?
I'm very much looking forward to Suboptic, the next submarine cable, usually triennial conference, which is taking place in Bangkok. I think I've been to Bangkok, but it was more than 20 years ago, so I anticipate that will be a brilliant location, and I'm looking forward to it.
Lovely. And when you get to any conference, what's usually the first thing that you do?
Work out what I'm supposed to be doing at the conference. Whether I need to make sure I've prepared everything I need to prepare, and then have something to eat, probably.
Makes sense. Well, that was the 16. Thanks very much, Mike, and we'll see you at ITW.
Thanks, Bill. Looking forward to it.
Cheers.